regardless of like how I feel about the comic version of Morbius, he is getting his own movie.
Someone decided, like, they read that comment, they were like, we should make a movie about this. And which company would do that? It's only Sony.
Yeah, part of their kind of Spider-Man cinematic universe. Maybe,
part of their, like,
kind of
terminally ill cash cow that they're trying to like make work.
What was it, like, in collaboration with Marvel Studios? Yeah. Like, whatever the thing that comes up. Anyway, as of this recording, the Morbius trailer dropped like a week ago.
So it's probably more than dropped.
Yeah, it's probably like a month ago by the time this goes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
we're gonna talk about that. That was
a trailer.
That was a trailer that I watched with my eyes.
It's directed by Daniel Espinosa, who did Life and Safe House and Child 44.
I've maybe heard of any of those.
I think they're kind of ones where pretty much all of them have had like middling reviews. Safe House was kind of shit. I've seen that one. That's Ryan Reynolds.
Really? Well, look,
yeah.
A film Ryan Reynolds in was bad.
I think it's him.
Maybe
it's Chris Pine. I don't know. It's one of those guys.
It was like vaguely handsome, vaguely humorous white dudes.
Yeah, and Life was that thing that like everyone thought was going to be like a Venom prequel, and then turned out to just be a random movie with Ryan Reynolds
and Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah.
Which was, again, I don't think anyone saw it.
And it's also from the writers of Power Rangers, Dracula Untold, The Last Witch Hunter, and Gods of Egypt.
Why would you put that in the trailer?
Yeah, I mean, that is like one of those things where you're like, oh, maybe it could be good, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah. He wrote these bombs.
Jeez. Also, Tyrese Gibson's going to be in it.
Oh, no, that's about his level.
You know he's going to have some wisecracks in it. Some sort of Kevin Hart wisecracks.
Like some low, like Fast and Furious reject lines.
Anyway, for those who don't know, this has got Jared Leto as Morbius.
I.e. like the most overrated actor in all of Hollywood.
Yeah, not a fan of Leto, really.
I liked him in Requiem for a Dream and Dallas Buyers Club, and he can fuck himself in everything else.
Yeah, but even like the Dallas Buyers Club thing, it was kind of weird because he was playing a trans woman. Yeah, not. But in this one, he's playing like, it seems to be closer to the comics in that he has got some kind of condition.
Yeah, they go from the comic origin rather than the cartoon origin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a better move.
Yeah.
I think actually, like, if it was a Spider-Man movie, they would have gone like the cartoon route. Because it makes more sense as a tragic villain origin. But if you're going for like a sympathetic character who's basically
I don't really know. It seems like it does look like an origin story where they're going to spend a long time getting him to the vampire part. Because it seems like whatever experiment that makes him into it is like some really elaborate thing that he's doing to like rid himself of the blood disease or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. The most notable things about this that I can think of is one, that you get the one shot where he looks at the camera with the Morbius face on.
Yeah.
And I think it looked kind of shit.
It looked like
but it looked kind of like gross. Like he looked like just like a weird, ill homeless man.
Yeah. It's the difference between like cartoon Venom and like Tom Hardy Venom, and it just looks like shit. You're like, why would anyone...
Just gloopy.
Just gloopy. Yeah, this one kind of looks a bit like just gross and sweaty. It's just like, ugh.
Another notable thing about this is that they're definitely making a point of leaving like little Easter eggs in there for people to be like, oh, this is connected to other movies, even though it might not really be.
That's like the only thing we're going to get. It's like, look at this poster of Spider-Man we can legally use.
Oh, but talking of that poster.
Yeah.
Right, so there's this shot in the trailer of him like walking through an alley, and there's a poster that says, with a picture of Spider-Man, and someone's graffitied murderer over it.
Which
referencing presumably the end of Far From Home,
yeah,
where it appears that Spider-Man's done some bad shit.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about this, where do you think that image is from? The picture of Spider-Man.
That's not a MCU Spider-Man, is it?
No, it's the Raimi Spider-Man suit, but it's not like a shot that they've made for it or one that they've taken from the first 3 Spider-Man movies. It's a shot of the Raimi suit in the loading screen of Spider-Man Spider-Man PS4. And at first, I saw someone write that, and I thought they were joking, and then I looked at the image comparison. I'll get it up for you, because it's just like...
No!
It isn't. Like... Just saw an article saying, Spider-Man PS4 haunts Jared Leto.
Well, it kind of does.
Okay, so there's the Leto shot, and they just, like, reverse that.
Oh, no, that's so tragic.
I mean... I think it's the fact that it's Sony. They've got access to, obviously, Sony PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Like, they got all that material on show, and they're like, this might be a good photo for this. It is weird that no one thought this isn't, especially since, like, both the Far From Home suit and the Homecoming suit are in that game, so you can get that image. There are assets in that game that involved the actual...
Maybe they couldn't use it legally?
Maybe, because they don't... It's kind of confusing, but the fact that they put it in there...
Why would you put the shitty Easter egg in there?
I feel like it might have even been a last-minute thing, because you can CG in a poster last minute of him just walking along, and the movie has nothing to do with Spider-Man. But then on the other hand, you got the stinger for this movie, for this trailer, which has...
Michael
Keaton, who played Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, in Homecoming.
Last time we heard of him, he was in jail.
What was he even saying? I can't remember what he said. He makes some joke or something, and he turns up and...
He's like, oh, why are you here? There's no reason for him to be here.
It's an odd matchup. I guess my hope would be that he's there just to establish...
It's part of this universe.
Yeah, because if it's something of, like, building towards a Sinister Six that includes Morbius...
Fuck you.
Yeah, that would suck.
Fuck you. Fuck right off.
Yeah.
Off the bat. No. Veto.
Yeah. Veto that Leto.
Veto that Leto. Get that, like, hashtagged. Absolutely not. It's a terrible idea.
We also got some feedback, because I asked the internet what they felt about Morbius.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, although we didn't get anything positive.
Really?
No.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, I thought there'd be some, like, Morbius fans out there, but... Well, it turns out there are some, but they're not into this.
Yeah. It's like what cats was to furries.
This wasn't to us, but just to quote him, Diego from the Waffle Press, where I've been on there a couple of times. You guys should listen to my episodes on the Amazing Spider-Man movies there.
Yeah.
He said that he will never pay to watch this. And said he hopes that it marks the beginning of the end for these things. So he's super negative on this.
I kind of get what he means, though. Like, we can't enable this, like, lazy, shitty, like, fan service or whatever it is.
But it was enabled as soon as people gave hundreds of millions to Venom.
But Venom is at least a marketable character.
It makes sense from a producer perspective to be
It's like having a friend spin off with Janice. Like, no one's asking for this.
No, what it is, it's like a spin-off with Joey. It's like... This is like a cult favorite character. People like vampires and will put like a big name on it. Like, it's from a producer perspective. This has all the pieces.
Except I think when you put like people like this character, because people don't really like him.
I think people do like him.
Do they?
Yeah, not as much as Venom, but like Venom is like one of the most popular Spider-Man villains.
Yeah, I think he's probably the most popular.
But Morbius is also like, if you want a horror element to your cinematic universe, he's pretty much where you go. There's not many other people that kind of fit into that. I feel like Morbius would have been maybe better to be a small part of like a different kind of movie or a show.
He shouldn't have his own movie.
He should be in a
Blade movie.
He should be in
I could accept the Blade movie.
There was actually an unused post-credits tease for one of the Blade movies which implied that Morbius was going to turn up. But I think they never did it for some reason.
Because like, so they were like, we're going to make a better movie than that. Watch us.
Yeah, in like 20 years.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
We got a message about it from Ron.
Oh, how's Ron doing?
He said that his opinion is that someone really watched the X2 White House scene and made a whole movie on it. And it's true, because it seems to be some kind of BAMF thing going around. Like some like teleporting, or like he moves so fast and he leaves like a black smoky trail, which I don't really get what that's from, unless they're just trying to find a cool way for him to move.
Because it's kind of stupid in the show.
Well, you just like him just like slowly floating around.
Yeah. Jared Leto can't do many things, but it'd be really funny to just watch him like float around.
Yeah.
Somehow overacting and underacting at the same time.
Do you think he's going to actually drink blood as part of the press tour for this?
I think he's already drinking blood. He's got a taste for it now.
Yeah, he is going to announce that at some point. Like, I went so method, I started killing people and drinking their blood.
I tried to drink their blood, but I didn't have like fangs sharp enough.
Yeah.
I just like bit like a small child. I got sued. But it was worth it for this £47 million grossing movie.
I think it might not be like do a lot, but I feel like at this point everything makes money.
I don't think this should make money.
But like, I think it's not about whether it should make money.
We've failed as a society if we can get a Morbius movie starring Jared Leto without Spider-Man or Blade makes money. How will that possibly make money? Who's going out and seeing this?
How many fucking Transformers movies have there been?
Transformers movies have like hot chicks and Michael Bay. This is like by the dude who brought you Gods of Egypt.
But they're not telling you that.
They tell you in the trailer.
They don't say from the writer of Gods of Egypt.
They don't?
No, they just... Why would they advertise like something that absolutely flopped? It's in the same way that when like a new M. Night Shyamalan movie comes out, it says from the visionary mind of The Sixth Sense. It doesn't say from the guy who brought you The Happening. You know?
Yeah.
They're selective in how they do that. I think in this trailer, actually, they said from the studio behind Venom. Homecoming, Far From Home.
That's the move.
And Venom.
That's the move.
Because they're like, these are popular and people like them. You're like, whoa, this is associated with...
But it's also some bullshit.
Yeah, that was it. It's not in collaboration. It's in association with Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
But we got a few replies when I put the word out on our Tumblr, which for those who don't know is that 90s show.tumblr.com.
Shout out our Tumblr boys and girls.
I don't really know like how to say this, but there's like a guy called just like Dusk Kodesh.
Okay.
And he said, as a Morbius fan, I think the plot so far looks like they threw 4 different eras of comics in a blender and scooped out the worst stuff, then sprinkled it with extra edginess.
That's about right.
And I feel like if you got like Morbius fans coming to it and saying that, and this is not the full trailer, it's the tease. People who are really passionate fans get excited about teasers because they're like, if they don't like it, they're like, why, it's just a tease. But then also like, there's an element of, I'm just happy to see this character. Like, I got a glimpse of this character. Holy shit, I'm going to get and see him on a big screen.
Yeah.
And if you got Morbius fans out there being like, nah, fuck this.
This should not be.
It's not good news.
I mean, like, if Morbius fans don't go see this, who's going to go see this movie?
I was thinking that I might end up seeing this at some point, like, you know, and then do a review on the podcast.
We tried to do that for Venom, and we just about got through that.
If Venom came out now, I would have done a podcast review on it.
Yeah.
Wait, had we even started the podcast at that point?
No, it was like it was like the end of 2018 when everything was shit, and I was just like a bit depressed. And I watched Venom.
Right, yeah.
It didn't help.
I remember that movie gave me like a headache.
We drank all the way through it, and like we're like, yeah, it's gonna be fun, and we're like, oh god, that was so bad.
Yeah, but I think after seeing this trailer, I feel like this doesn't look like it's gonna be like train wreck bad, but it looks like very mediocre. It looks visually really boring looking.
I feel like I'm just gonna be like the movies where like there'll be one cool fight scene at the end.
We also got another reply from Carly Cray, who said, I think Morbius isn't an easy character to actually use, but the writers certainly made things harder on themselves. And then I said, like, how do you mean? Like, how do they make it harder?
Yeah.
And they said, for one, Morbius's main powers in the comics are enhanced strength, very sharp claws and fangs, enhanced senses, and sort of a gliding flight. Adding a sort of Nightcrawler-like teleportation and echolocation is just complicating things. Especially when the main point of Morbius is his intense bloodlust. They're also trying to combine 3 different story arcs. We also don't have Spider-Man or Venom to compare Morbius to, which means that they have to overpower him in this movie. Had they introduced him properly, then they wouldn't have had to build a world around him.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I think this kind of feeds into what we were saying before about like how you don't have that like contrast of like, holy shit, here's a vampire in a superhero world.
Here's a vampire in a vampire world.
It's like spending a whole movie creating a vampire in a cinematic landscape when there's a billion movies about vampires.
Yeah.
But this time it's got the Marvel tag on it. And I think for some people that's enough.
Some people.
A lot of people like Jared Leto and think of him as a great actor.
Based on what? Dallas Buyers Club, I guess. Or like Requiem for a Dream?
Blade Runner.
He was terrible in Blade
Runner.
He
was really bad in Blade Runner.
That's maybe his worst performance.
Remember how he said that he almost made himself blind because he got so into the role of playing a blind person that he became blind.
That's the only thing that would have made it worth it, is if he went actually blind.
Maybe in this, like, because he had to use crutches for like a week of filming, he's going to be like, I can't walk anymore because I'm so good at acting.
Roll me around in a wheelchair. What about the Oscar-winning Suicide Squad?
It's not even a joke. For those who don't know, it is
he
literally...
genuinely won an Oscar. Like,
well, he didn't win an Oscar.
Oh, hell no. But like Oscar...
Jared Leto won an Oscar for Best Makeup.
Yeah. For like all the ha-ha-has on his forehead. That was apparently Oscar-worthy.
God. I hope I never see that movie again.
If I see it again, it'll be too soon. If I never see it again. Jared fucking, like... You know when he even really likes 30 Seconds to Mars that much?
That's the thing. I feel like you don't know people who like this stuff, and you don't like it. But I think there's a reason why he's around, and it's because a lot of people like him. There's probably a lot of people listening to this who think he's good, or at least... I've complained about Jared Leto before, and people have sort of been like, oh, wait, do we not like Jared Leto? Like, is that a thing? And I kind of get that a bit, because sometimes you can just hear like, oh, everyone hates this person, and you're like, oh, really? Is that a thing? I thought they were fine.
Did you hear about how he tried to sabotage Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie?
Oh, what? What did he do?
He like called it in and tried to like get the movie like grounded or something.
Oh, God.
And I find that just hilarious.
It's like Aliens versus Predator. Whoever wins, we lose.
Oh, Jared fucking Leto.
I actually forget that he's Joker now, because the other Joker is now overpowered.
Yeah.
His Joker.
Just like out-edged him.
I'm like pretty convinced that Sight Unseen Morbius is going to be pretty bad.
If we do an episode on Morbius, that better be a Patreon episode, because I'm not doing this for no reason. Someone's going to pay me to do this shit.
Yeah, if everyone sends us money, we'll do a Morbius episode.
Or like, yeah, we'll start a Patreon page and that'll be on there, and you have to pay us to see it.
No, a separate Patreon page just for that.
And
I need like £50 a month.
A Kickstarter.
For the next 5 years in order to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I'm already like feeling a bit fatigued with all this stuff as it is.
Yeah.
It's not like a good start to 2020 to like see that, you know?
Yeah. Trump like bombing Iran and this movie with Jared Leto. Some would say this is worse.
God, that's awful. I don't really know what to say.
There's a political purpose to Trump bombing Iran. There's no purpose to this.
It's money. It's all money.
It's not going to make any money.
It's going to make money. I tell you what, it's not going to make as much money as Venom, because Venom had Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy's a bigger draw.
The character's a bigger draw.
This, I think people are into the Marvel thing enough. Me and maybe you, like, to a lesser degree, had a bit of, like, after Endgame, or like, oof, I feel kind of, like, done a little bit.
I'm kind of still done.
But I don't think most people had that feeling. I think a lot of people came out of that like, fuck, that was great, give me more. And then cool, there's a Morbius thing and it's kind of related to this stuff.
Here's a Spider-Man villain who shows up sometimes and be like the guy from Requiem for a Dream is going to be the guy who plays him. You don't watch that, guys? I might break even. I can't...
I think it will make money. It will just won't be loads, and it probably won't get a sequel.
I hope to God not.
It'll probably like make enough that they're like, it's fine, and then they'll just like maybe like shelve him in a Venom thing.
Yeah, they have like an edgy like version of Morbius played by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
which wins like an Oscar nomination. The Morbius. I also don't get what Michael Keaton... I hope he's not in the movie much, because the only way that they can make this worse is if they try and force like a shared universe.
That's the worrying thing about this.
That will fuck this up more.
Because the whole trailer, really, I was like, this looks not good, but in a kind of way I expected it. And then when he turned up, I was like, what? But then there's like a fear that comes in. It's like, oh,
they're going to try and like tie this together.
Yeah, and also like there are some people speculating as well that after that Sony Disney split, like as part of the makeup, maybe like Sony was brought on board more with like, hey, you can play with a couple more of our things, or you'll be more a part of this universe, or there might have been some extra dealings that we don't know about.
Yeah, I suppose.
Who knows? But I'm definitely having a moment of like wanting to eat my shoe a little bit, you know?
But the problem with Sony, which we found in the Amazing Spider-Man series, is that they're so focused on like creating like Easter eggs and like making the shared universe that their shitty scripts get like even shittier because they have so much to kind of shoehorn in.
It feels weird to put Michael Keaton in this because I feel like if you're going to bring him back, bringing him back somewhere like explicitly connected to Tom Holland's Spider-Man makes sense.
Makes much more sense.
Because I don't mind the idea of like Morbius and Venom sharing worlds because they're both kind of like...
Yeah, why doesn't that happen?
It probably will. There'll probably be some post-credit scene reference to Venom. I bet there'll be more references to Venom and stuff than Spider-Man. But I bet Venom 2 is going to have Tom Holland in it.
I really would prefer if they just had like a Venom universe where they just kept like Tom Hardy in there, and so we could just ignore it. I don't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah, sacrifice Tom Hardy to the pit with Jared Leto.
Yeah. You have to go in there, Tom. Like, no one else wants to do this. Who's next? Is it like fucking Black Cat and Silver Sable?
It's like, in Breath of the Wild, how like Zelda is in Hyrule Castle and she's got to stay there and keep her magic up to stop the evil Calamity Ganon from escaping. And Tom Hardy can be in there, like, using his power to, like, keep in Jared Leto and stop him from affecting the rest of the MCU.
You had to get, like, specific, like, parts around the Marvel Universe to, like, hear, like, the memories of, like, Tom Hardy. Talking to Tom Holland. Tom, you have to get the Triforce, Tom. You have to save us all from Calamity Jared.
Calamity Jared.
He's too powerful.
Calamity Jared. That's so strong. Oh. There's not many good Jareds, are there?
No, it's just
Pro Jared, Subway Jared,
yeah.
Calamity Jared.
Just don't name your kid Jared.
Anyway.
So as you can tell, we're very excited to see this movie.
Yeah. Who knows whether we'll actually make it out to see Morbius. I don't think I can do it.
I would actually, like, if someone pays me to do this, I will do this.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If someone paid me, I'm not expecting anyone to pay me, though.
Like, just like a $5, I'd be like, fine. As long as I'm getting something out of this.
Cover my ticket.
Tickets. Yeah. Maybe even travel, if I'm going to be greedy about it.
Travel expenses.
Yeah. So like $6.70, I will go see this movie.
Reimburse me for the emotional labour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think... I didn't make it out for Dark Phoenix because I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. I'll catch it on streaming. So I think this has got to be the same thing.
Even with Dark Phoenix, I was one of those things where I was like, I've seen this cast work together and I know they can. And even then I was like, I don't want to see this movie. But I'm like, there's no redeeming qualities to this. There's just even like the thing with like those writing credits is that like those bad movies aren't even like entertainingly bad. They're just kind of just shit.
Yeah, the funniest thing is that it's the Dracula Untold because they've already done a bad vampire movie.
Do you think that's how he got the job? Like,
yeah.
You've done Batman before.
Who else would they get?
Yeah.
No one else has made a vampire movie.
Not one other vampire movie. What if they got like the writer of Twilight to do this movie?
That's the weird thing, right? Because like for all like Marvel Studios like shortcomings or whatever, like they'll do the basic thing of, okay, we'll get these directors that it kind of makes sense for them to do this property, or these actors that you're kind of like, oh, okay, that's interesting as a choice, you know?
Rather than going, your name is Webb, you're hired.
I feel like Sony are just like, oh, you worked with us before? Cool. You know? Like, I feel like it's everyone's son is getting these
There
roles.
must be some nepotism or something going on.
Because, like, the director of this, it's not like he's made failures or whatever. I think he made movies that, like, did okay and people thought were fine. But he's made a bunch of Sony movies.
Maybe it's like a contract. He's going to do so many movies for Sony.
Until the remedy is worse than the disease.
Oh, hi, Mark.